Hello and good morning, everyone.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hello and good morning, everyone.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream. Happy Klonoa Day.
Wait, no sound?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no sound before there was
Before there was sound. Happy
Right,
Klonoa
okay.
Day. Did everyone watch the Nintendo Direct yesterday? The boy. He lives.
He lives.
He lives.
He lives
He's
in
back.
you.
He lives in me.
Klonoa.
He watches over everything I see.
Klonoa.
Klonoa, Klonoa, Klonoa.
Klonoa.
Can I share with you, Doig, the trailer for Klonoa?
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, one sec. Let me just get it. Lan sent it to me. Lan Mana, you saved me. You sent me the trailer. Thank you, Lan Mana. Should I pop it into the chat?
Pop it into the chat.
Okay. Ta-da! Klonoa, Klonoa, I love you, Klonoa. Don't ever leave me again. It was gone for such a long time, and now we get to experience the games again. Yeah!
I don't know if this is gonna work.
I'm so excited to play these with you, Doig. Answer said, Sonic's soon to be new best friend. Yeah! Can you imagine if they were in a game together? The art styles go together so well. They would get on so much. They'd be such good friends. If they ever did a Sonic Klonoa crossover, I might just die. I'd be so happy. There he is! He's so cute, and it's so loud and buffery. It's so crunchy. Like peanut butter. This is going to be great. This is going to be a great viewing experience, I can already tell.
Oh, sweet buffery Jesus.
Is there any way to stop videos once we've started this? Uh-oh.
I love it.
Uh-oh.
I love it.
Uh-oh.
I love it.
Oh no.
I love it. This
Whoops.
is great.
Whoops.
I've completely tested this with
Oopsie.
YouTube videos.
Oopsie, I think something's gone. Can you drop the quality of it to make it maybe go a little smoother?
You assume I can do anything.
Uh-oh. Look how great this looks, guys. This is good.
It's bite-sized.
This is exactly what I wanted. You just have to really concentrate your listening into those few moments of high speed talking to understand. Sounds like something crashed. Couldn't be the video player.
Oh, okay, I can stop this by just like closing the overlay and we'll just watch it normally.
Abort.
We'll just watch it normally, okay?
Mayday, mayday.
I can admit when things... Yeah. All right.
Oops. Oops.
All right.
All right. Well, it's okay. We'll watch it in special cinema mode. Can we watch it in the mode where we get the lighting from the screen and everything?
Okay, we can try.
We can try. A developer's world-weary words. We can try.
We can try.
Patrick, hello. Hello, Patrick. Good evening. How you doing? I'm sorry we started streaming a little bit later. Doig was trying something, which we will show you in a second. Onsta and Bath know what we're talking about. It's very dark.
Yeah, no, I think I have to. I don't think I don't think we can do lights down mode anymore. I need to fix some stuff.
Okay, fair.
But we
But we
at
can
least
do
play it.
this.
Yeah. Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for following us.
Okay. Okay. Here we are.
Here we are.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go! Oh, this is much better. This is much better. It's Klonoa's 25th anniversary. Happy anniversary. Look how cute he is. Yay! I love this so much.
So the sound quality was just the trailer.
Yeah. That's a scream. Look at this! How cool is this?
So did they remaster it or anything?
Yeah, I guess so. Yay! You know, the more I look at this now that I am an old bird.
You're an old bird now.
I'm an old bird now. The more I look at it now that I'm an old bird, it really is like Sonic and Knights got mushed together, design sense wise. Like, a lot of the bosses and environments are very like Knights into Dream-esque. It's unbelievable to me that this wasn't developed by Sega. Like, this was a completely different company because the design aesthetics are so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music feels Knightsy too. It's true. It's got like a real Nights into Dreams feel of it. And then also Sonic the Hedgehog. It's Klonoa. It's Klonoa. Doig, it's Klonoa.
It's Klonoa.
Are you excited? You're going to play them with me?
Of course I'm going to play them with you.
Yeah. I'm excited. When is it out?
I don't know.
When is it out?
I don't know.
When is it out? What
I
does it
don't
say
know.
on the trailer?
I didn't look.
Oh.
I wasn't watching.
Who knows in chat? When's it out? Is it like June? Probably June. A lot of stuff in the Nintendo Direct was like June.
June.
You
You got your NDI on?
July. 8th of July. Okay, awesome. I do. Just give me a second.
Okay, I'll
definitely have it on.
I'll show them my new walk. You guys want to see my new walk?
You should show them Doodle Doig. Doodle Doig.
I'm not gonna show them Doodle
Show them
Doig.
Doodle Doig.
I'm not gonna show them Doodle Doig.
Why? You're not proud of your doodle son.
No.
But he just wants you to be proud of him.
I got places to be.
Okay, I got NDI on. I did it.
I don't even know how to show the Doodle Doig.
Can you not just drag it onto your screen since you're sharing your screen anyway?
Oh.
Also, for anyone else who watched the Direct yesterday, I found Car Kirby extremely disturbing. There's something more disturbing about Kirby stretching his body over the top of something than there is about him straight up eating it. There we go. There you are. Hey, Doig.
This is my doodle son.
Aww.
It's not working.
Is the mic definitely hooked?
This is my doodle son.
Like did this as a joke just before the stream, but we loved it so much we couldn't not just try it.
I got things to say.
You got things to say. Doodle Doig, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this?
Oh dear. Oh no.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Poor Kirby. It's really like just poor Kirby.
What's he doing to himself? Kirby, I know you want to save the world, but you don't have to do this to yourself.
It's got this similar vibes. Do you know the footage of that snake that just tries to eat something that's just way too big for it. And then you're just like, snake, no.
Snake, please stop.
Snake,
this
no.
looks painful, Snake. I don't like seeing Kirby's skin stretched over stuff. It's okay when it looks like he becomes it. Like there's a vending machine one where it's like, I can kind of believe that it's just like a mode for Kirby. But when you can like see something poking out the bottom of his mouth, it's like, oh no. Kirby, don't do that to yourself.
Where are his feet?
They're on the back. They like dangle and flap around as he drives. I looked. I was like, I need to see where the feet are.
Is he driving the steering wheel with his tongue?
I don't know.
Has anyone thought about this?
No one's thought about this. He's psychically possessing the car. Yeah, the other one was cute, like the light bulb, but this one is nasty. This one is nasty. It's got there's something about it that's really disturbing. Kirby is freaky, but I love him anyway. Kirby, of course, it's perfect.
Do.
Feet estate, no. Feet real estate was repurposed for car. I hate it.
Do you want to show them your Glim trailer?
I could. Would I need to have like music on or something? I need to send you sound so people can see the timing of it. I'm going through and I'm making the drawings better and fixing some drawings and adjusting some things.
If you hit play, I can turn your sound on.
Okay. For anyone who's been keeping up, I changed this shot. It was previously like from a lower angle, but I thought doing it from a higher angle made Midge feel smaller and more vulnerable and went with the mood a bit more. So I decided to go with a more top-down view into the car. And I'm going to do little things like I'm going to have Jove's friends here on either side of him as well, rather than it just being Jove by himself. The bit where the ship comes by here, I think I'm going to have the cannons really go past the camera, for a second or something to make it feel really big.
Cool.
Rather than it kind of just going off screen. I'd like it to like sweep the camera a little bit more. What's the Girl in the Glim you've literally never talked about before? Aw, Scribbled Guy, thank you. Girl in the Glim is my graphic novel that I've written and drawn, and Doig is coloured. It's my first one, so I hope people like it. If they don't, that's okay. I think I'll get better as I go. But yeah, it's coming out in June, and it's been published by IDW, so we're all very excited over here, which is why I'm doing a trailer for it. Is one of my favourite things ever is the Kairos trailer for the graphic novel. It straight up made me buy the book because the trailer was so good. So since I'm an animator, I was like, what can I possibly do to push the book? And an animated trailer just seemed like the thing. So yeah, you can pre-order it. If you just go to girlandtheglim.com, if you're interested, you can totally pre-order it there, and it helps us out a huge amount because it shows the bookstores that people want to buy it, so they should probably get some in. But yeah, that's my whole spiel. And I'd tell you what it's about, but hopefully the trailer will give you a kind of idea of what the tone of it is. There's some stuff, like I started proofing up this, and then you can see that it goes into my thumb. So ignore that, but I'll play you what I got so far.
Yeah, play it.
Okay, I
Let's
will.
See if the music plays.
See if the music plays. Is there a way for you to tell?
Yeah, if you start playing, I can see whether the meter... Yeah, it looks like it.
Cool. So that's kind of what we got so far.
That's so cool.
This will be logo at end. That's a book.
That's a book right there.
So I need to proof some stuff up and make some other stuff better. But that's the general gist of it. The girl and the gum. That's just how I do my L's and I's. Hold on. Behold. Behold as I give you ultimate legibility. Oh, gasp. There it is. The Girl and the Gum. My first graphic novel.
It's a good book to chew on.
Yeah. That's it. Aw, Pat says you've grown so much in your board art. I'm super impressed. That means so much. Thank you so much, Patrick. You know, the Night Runner Magnum Bullets boards were the first ones I ever did, and I did them with Patrick's guidance. So that means a huge amount because you really helped me figure out how boards worked and what to even do for them. Thank you for being so patient with me during that process and helping me out so much. We were but babes in the woods back then. Back when we were young.
You're an old bird now.
I'm an old bird now. Back when I was but a chick. When I was an eggling.
When you were a butt chick.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm proofing up some of the stuff. So I'm going to proof up the car panels here to make it a little bit clearer what the car is and what the design is and what's in the background and stuff. And I was like midway through. You can see I've proofed. These are the ones which I've proofed. This one, this one, this one. And I was in the midst of proofing this one where she lifts the Glim up and it kind of touches her forehead and then we go into like a white dissolve. I'm trying to get them pretty on style so that when it comes to animation, it's like a little bit easier to stay on model with everything. Oh, Pat, thank you so much. Pat says the next 2 months are going to be pretty busy, but if you're still working on this afterwards, I'd love to help out. There's not really a deadline for this apart from before June, but as soon as possible is when we're trying to get it done for. But who knows how long that will take considering it's an animation.
Yeah, we have to work out what the FOC is. It's like when...
The final cut-off date, essentially, for ordering the books.
When retailers can't order any more books.
Yeah, because ideally we'd want the trailer to come out before then so that people will see the trailer, order the book, and then the cut-off date will come. And we'll be like, whew, thank goodness we got it in beforehand. But I don't know when that is. It could be like May, in which case it's going to be pretty tight. But we'll give it a go and see if we can get it done on time. So yeah, today I will be continuing to like try and proof a few of these panels and adjust a few of them.
I mean, even the storyboard will help.
Yeah, like I'm probably over paneling a bit in this for sure. But it really does help me to figure out if the timing is too fast or too slow for stuff. Because the more panels I put in, the more movement I put in, the more time the panel or the scene needs to read. So checking if it is going to work to the music, it's really helpful for me to get those poses in so I can see if we have time for them, if they read. And are you colouring it, Doig? So it's almost done, but Doig's got some colouring notes he needs to take care of before we can call it finished. Aw, Pilky said if I hadn't already pre-ordered the storyboard trailer alone would have got me to. The storyboard trailer alone would have got me to. There you go, I can read. That's really nice, thank you. I hope it's very cool when it's animated. Very inspired by Studio Le Cachet. Oh, who did the music? It was M. Balto. So let me put their name in chat. They have a YouTube channel. And you can see their stuff there. Oh, Pat, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Dude, thank you.
Boxes to stack.
Boxes to stack. I'm just gonna...
Oh.
Yeah, I'll link you to the YouTube channel of the composer. Here you go. So congratulations to COTR3, Alcotra, Rob Poke, Lily Mouse 23, Lonely Peeper, and Little Creature. Oh, you're off for tonight, Pat. Oh, thanks so much for coming and hanging out. It's always a pleasure to have you. Hopefully at some point we'll figure out multiplayer for this thing. And you can have more of a presence. You can be here in spirit for real. Have a great night, Pat. Look, I trapped some in between me and my drawing tablet. Amazing.
Does your drawing tablet have
collision?
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know if it does.
You're the one who made it. I'm gonna get you, Doig. I'm gonna get you.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm gonna get you. Oh, how did you do that?
Do what?
You went up to like 30.
I'm pro.
No! No! Ah! Whatever. Fine. Whatever. I don't even care. I didn't even want to win. I didn't even want to win.
I just realized that I run faster with this mode as well.
So quick. Doig be nimble. Doig be quick. There we go. All right, let's get these poses on the go. Oh,
nope.
Didikins.
Bigger bamboo.
Whoa! Now,
Yeah.
that's cheating.
No.
That's cheating. Hey, Didikins, welcome. Yar, where be your cannons now? Right, Didikins, I'm with you. Wait, did Didikins win anyway?
I think a couple snuck through. There's one in the corner there.
I can see a couple behind the chairs.
Yeah.
That only happens when we don't manage to eliminate all of them.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. How are you? Thank you so much for the raid. Happy Thursday.
Welcome in, everybody. We're just about to start doing work, so we'll do that. Let's do.
Whoa. I'm doing my trailer for my book. Yay! I'm proofing up storyboard panels. Whoa! What are you up to? What were you doing? What were you doing? What were you doing over there?
Commander Squeak says, the myth, the legend, I've heard so much of Doig Swift from Dither and Nonstop. This is your first stream. Yo, welcome.
Oh, it is. Oh, no, now I feel like I should do something special for it. Like, I don't know, like maybe dance? Ha! Yeah. I only got this yesterday, so I'm proud of it. Here I go. Taking it around the block. Ha!
I can dab.
Yeah.
I can dab if I wanna.
You can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dab, and if they don't dabble, they're no friends of mine. Oh, wow. Subbox. Oh, I caught a Martina instead.
All right. I'm going to learn how to get a better, like, system for picking stuff up so that it prioritizes, like, things that aren't mods.
Thank you so much, Commander Squeaks, for the sub. I'm setting it to the sub zone.
No.
Haha.
How dare you? My stackable box.
I'm sorry. I mean, is it really a stackable box if there's only one?
I can stack myself on top of it.
I guess that's true.
My podium.
Todd can dab a little as a treat. Do it, Todd. Dab. But yeah, I'm doing the trailer for it. So that's what I'm up to. And Doig is colouring it. That's what he's up to.
That's what I should be up to, yeah.
Didikins, what the heck were you up to? I'm sorry if I missed it and you already said. Commander Squeak says apparently I have 1,000 channel points somehow. Maybe you have been here. You gotta spend it on something cool.
Maybe you fell asleep one time. and-
Maybe, yeah, and the raid went off. And you ended up here without realizing because he was unconscious. I've done that many a time. Fall asleep to streams, wake up and you're like, who am I at now? Unfamiliar channel. How did I get here? This is my home. You wake up and you're not in the same house anymore. What happened?
There, grab this.
That'd be so
food.
scary.
Brushing my arm. I'm on draw brush.
Da do da do. Da do da do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Go and then hands. It's time for hands. Everybody, it's time for hands.
Time to throw hands.
Oh, got a Chromel. Dillikin said, I'll never forget this victory. You're both amazing. Never stop being you. See you again soon. See you, Dillikins.
See you, Dillikins.
Congratulations on winning the raid despite foul play on Doig's part.
I didn't foul play. I was trying to make it so that we could win.
And, right? And then Crooks said, speaking of sleep, I must go do that. Enjoy your stream. Thanks, Crooks. Thank you so much for the bits.
Thank you.
That's real nice of you. Thank you. Whoa, now. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Commander Squeaks gifted 10 tier 1 subs.
Holy shoosh.
Commander Squeaks, thank you so much. That's so many subs.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to That Gay Wolf, Psycho VFX, Blue Coconut Monkey, Cal2 Star, Nero Wolfie, You Chomp, Wisp DM, The Kind Wolf, Zeo Nightshard, and CJTV. We've got lots of wolves today in the sub department. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Now, and Doig will be happy because Doig can finally stack the boxes
stack
the way he wants.
Let's stack them. They're hard to stack, dude. There's one. Are you serious? How did you make it flop? No.
I realized that if I reset myself when Doig's holding something, then he drops it. So this is the game that I now play when Doig tries to stack things. Good stacking, Doig. Jedi Cyberpunk, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Whoa! A tier 1 sub to Sellback and a tier 1 sub to Kill Magoon. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Why would... No! Why? Fine. Whatever.
Alright. I'm good. I've had my mischief. I'm happy.
I could have had a whole stack of 12.
You can do it now. It's okay. I won't stop you.
Don't believe you. I should be coloring, so it's probably good that you're dissuading me. Wow, I missed it completely.
So what's everyone else up to today, huh? You guys got going on?
This is easy.
Sorry, we don't have to worry about the fact that her arm would not connect. Because we don't get to see the arm. So out of sight, out of mind, right? Nobody knows. It's totally fine. Silky is coding, though I'd rather be sleeping some more. Onsa's doing a little bit of late night prep before she sleeps. Oh, by the way, if anyone doesn't know, Onsa's doing a charity stream this weekend. It's going to be amazing and fun, and everybody should come.
Okay, I'm done. I got 4. New record.
Everybody got to come and give to charity and make a good difference.
Yeah, that's happening on Saturday, right?
Yeah, and have just a fun, chill, awesome time. We will be there causing mischief.
I guess he's gonna be on the Onsta stream.
Because Onsa's been kind enough to invite us. Ah! Nervous but excited.
We've finally escaped this realm.
Paperbox house!
We're out on the internet. Wow.
Hello!
No more invisible walls for us.
Good morning!
Coming to your faces.
How are you, Paperbox house? How the fuck is it going? I'm trying to clean up my storyboard a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to show them your storyboard?
I did!
You showed the people that were here before.
Show the people.
But there's more.
I can show it again if you want.
You can do it without the music this time.
It's in a state of roughness. So you guys will have to excuse that some of it is cleaned up and some of it isn't. And some of it makes sense and some of it don't. You are on a bound to accept it. Uh-oh, now our hands are on screen. I'm going to have to make our shoulders actually make sense. Oops! You want blue request boards? Okay, sure thing. Let me... Before I show you up the opacity on this a little bit so that you can actually see what's happening in these panels since I'm busy cleaning them up. This little creature touches her forehead with its long pipe cleaner arm. Okay, here we are. This is what I've got so far. Is sound still working, Doig?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. That's what I got so far. I'm clarifying some stuff, making some stuff better. Thank you guys, you're really sweet.
Aww.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys are too kind. Thank you. And now I'm trying to make it make sense. You know that part of the boarding where you're like, oh shit, I've done all the fun scribbles and now I have to actually make the scribbles make sense. That's where I am.
You have a line. Are you asking how long is the boards or how long is the book?
Oh, the book. Well, I can answer both. The book is 123 pages and the boards are 40 seconds, I think. Something like that. Because I'm Dan Jones. Hello. How are you? Wait, Paper Box House, did I even see how you were? Hold on. Hey. You're okay! Yeah! How the fuck we doing? We're doing pretty good. I'm excited because yesterday Doig ordered Thai and I'd already eaten. So I ordered something anyway and it's waiting for me to reheat up. So I'm excited to have my pad Thai for lunch.
Did you put it in the fridge?
I didn't, but it should be fine.
Okay.
It's not got meat or anything in it.
That's true. That's true. And it should still be in the sealed container.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's still in the Tupperware and it's not meat and I'm planning to eat it in the next probably couple of hours, so it should be fine.
All right.
Pad Thai! I just love peanuts. And I like peanut-based foods. Spicy peanut sauce is good. Yeah, so this is a trailer for the book, Evil Lion. So I'm doing my first graphic novel. I'm pretty nervous about it. It's out in June from IDW, and to try and push pre-orders and make people aware that it exists, I'm trying to use what skills I have, of which there is animation. That's the skill I have. That's the only one. To try and make a little trailer to do that, to advertise it, and to get people excited for it. Whoa, Monster, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you for the sub to Dan Jones. Dan Jones, congratulations. I hope that you enjoy your sub. May you enjoy using the Doig and Swift Wheeze emotes as much as I enjoyed making them. Damn. Yeah, you guys better come to Onster's charity stream this weekend, because it's going to be a blast. There's going to be fighting.
There's going
to be fighting between everyone, but the good kind of fighting.
Yeah, we're going to be some gangs.
It's going to be awesome. Fighting, just what everyone loves. But yeah, what's everyone been up to or is going to be up to today? I hope everyone's week's going well. Mine's going okay. It's been actually pretty chill for the first time in a long time, which I think I really needed this week, so I'm pretty happy about it. Because I actually made pretty good progress on my boards when I pitched the thumbnails on the current project I'm working on. So whereas most times when I pitch boards, I have a lot of stuff to still do and a lot of notes to still address, this time I am actually mostly just cleaning them up. So it's like a nice refreshing change to feel like I'm kind of on top of it. Oh,
Irenoki says when I published my first graphic novel, I need to kickstart it, which I did, but that was hell stress. Glad you have IDW and don't have to go through that.
Oh man, yeah. I was definitely thinking, before IDW picked up Girl in the Glim, I was thinking that in order to do more of the story, I was going to have to kickstart it. And I was kind of preparing myself to kickstart what was then going to be called Book 2. But luckily I didn't have to go through it. I was a little scared because I've seen friends do Kickstarters in the past. And Kickstarter is definitely a full-time thing if you're doing it. You kind of either need a team or you end up dedicating pretty much full-time to it yourself. How did you find it? It sounds like it was stressful, right? I hope it wasn't too stressful though. It's a major undertaking, yeah. Oh, Zio Nightshot said there was an animated trailer for a comic I saw a really long time ago that was super inspiring called Kairos. That is why I'm doing a trailer, actually. That I saw that book trailer and I bought the book immediately because of that animated trailer. And I've always wanted to do something like that ever since. So this is my attempt at doing something that, I saw Studio Lacache do. Yeah, I love Kairos. I've got the book actually right next to me. That sound is me slapping the book. Little Puffling are trying to get a shot finished working on lip sync. That's awesome. Did you know that gang stands for gangs are no good? No, that can't be right because that's circular. If the gang is in the name of the Anyway. Desk pad tie. Yeah, Onster, desk pad tie. Listen, I'm not any old peasant. I don't do a desk ham. Are you kidding me? I do desk pad tie. Now that's where it's at.
I feel like I should have taken offense of that. To the person earlier who said, "Oh, you do storyboards? Do you take commissions?"
I don't.
She does. Yeah, she doesn't.
I don't. I'm a little bit too busy, unfortunately, to take commissions.
Swifty is busy and expensive.
I'm not expensive, but Doig keeps telling me I am, and I guess he would probably dictate the price. I joke about this a little bit, but Doig is pretty much my manager for all intents and purposes.
I love this.
Doig stands up for myself.
Yeah. And he's a professional storyboarder working with Nickelodeon. So.
Yeah, but
expensive.
I mean, that's not the reason I'm expensive, though. The reason I'm expensive is just because storyboarding is hard no matter who you're doing it for. It's a time-consuming thing, which creates, it takes a lot of love and care if you want to do it well. Which you always want to do. You always want to do a good job. So it's just like, it's always more expensive than people think. It's like animation in that way. Like, a lot of people think you can commission animation pretty cheap and then are kind of shocked when an animator tells them the prices. And it's like, it's just because it's so much labor. It's very labor intensive. Artsy says, it's been good. I finally changed my name here on Twitch. Where's Haruko-san? It's been a while. You're Haruko! It's great to see you again. How in the heck are you? Wait, it's covering up a thumbnail. I didn't know we had a thumbnail in here from you, Martina. Hold on, I gotta find it. Wait, this is awesome. Toot. This is great. I love this. It makes me want a little trumpet. Doig!
Yeah.
Can I have a little trumpet?
Yeah.
Or I can toot around.
You are a little trumpet. You can toot whenever you want. Yeah.
I've been tooting for the past 2 days constantly. Look at this. It's beautiful. Oh, yes. Look at this. Wondrous.
He's got something to say.
He's got something to say. Hey, everybody, listen up. Doig's got something to say. Thank you, Martina. That's awesome. Put the two over here and try not obscure people's screens too much.
God damn it, where is the layer where I put the glow? I need it.
Who did this? I have to scroll. Who did this? Whose is this from? Have I just missed it? Maybe this is the one for Dan Jones. I'm gonna send it up. There it goes. And I'm gonna check what we've missed. We may have missed some things. Let's see. Hachimachi. Crowmail. Okay, I got that one from Dithikins. Warp and Stretch. Thank you very much, Blurg. And then we've got Crowmail from Artsy Bear that says, ooh, Swifty mischief is good mischief. Oh, thank you. Let me see the one at the top. I gotta get in a position to read it. Hold on, what if I put it down? That didn't help. That didn't help. Oh, the invisible wall is foiling me. Okay, maybe I can read it from here. I just need to ramble about the Radical Dreamers being added to the Choco Chrono Cross remaster.
I can read it if you want.
This is a weird little game that was only available via Bellevue. The Japan-only SNES add-on that you could only buy via mail order, specifically electronics shops, and also required an early internet paid subscription. And pretty much only emulation and fan translations saved it from complete obscurity. And now it's getting an official release. Revival. It's wild. God. I am excited. Chrono Cross is one of the things I'm definitely going to get. that I saw on the Nintendo Direct yesterday. I've never played it and I've always wanted to, and it looks awesome. I'm very excited. What was everyone else excited for?
I always like the music at the beginning.
It's great.
That was really iconic.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm excited to play that with you.
I think it will be neat. Yeah, I think if I make the line art here a little bit less red, it might feel less hot.
Paperbox House said, "Yo, I'm trying to learn Storyboard Pro still. When you do thumbnails, do you keep it in another window and just draw what you see? Or do you bring it into Storyboard Pro and draw over your thumbnails?" I bring it in. I bring it in like 100% of the time. Because often when I draw thumbnails, I actually get it better than the cleans. Like, it feels more expressive than my cleans do. So I'm always trying to like chase what I had in the thumbnails. But what I've started doing recently is just thumbnailing straight into Storyboard. And I've been enjoying that a lot. So you can see at the beginning of my timeline here, I have just the page of thumbnails that I've been doing for it. So I just like sketch really fast at this size. And then I bring these in and just draw over the top of them or clean them up or leave them as they are if they don't need anything. And then the stuff which I didn't end up using in the end. But yeah, the main thing is remembering to clean them out again once you're done with them, but I always bring my thumbnails in, definitely. Even if they're like photos from my phone of things I've doodled on paper. Yeah, thumbnails are the best. My thumbnails are much better than my actual boards are, generally.
There's an energy when you're thumbnailing that you want to try and pull through the whole process.
Yeah, that I sometimes lose when I'm trying to clean things up. So if I can use the thumbnails as much as possible, then I lean on them. Like, what is this like even doing? It looked so good in the original sketch, but now I've got to actually work out what the heck it's actually doing. And difficult. What was I thinking?
What were you thinking?
What was I thinking? Answer says, I feel that when trying to reconfigure my sketches into tighter lines. Like, what is this pose? How did this get here? Right? It's like, oh, this pose looks cool and dynamic. And then you're like, wait, what is this like doing? How come it feels like it works on the really, really rough one? But as soon as I try to clean it up, by just going over the same lines again, suddenly it looks like it doesn't work. I was convinced with the sketch. It's a real problem. Benak says, I was a bit late, so I don't know if it was asked already, but do either of you have any thoughts on Kirby Car? Yeah, it's a nightmare.
I love it.
It scares me. I don't like it, not even a little bit. There's something where Kirby being stretched bodily over the top of something to the point where it's so tight you can see all the bits poking through the skin. That's so much more disturbing than Kirby just eating a bunch of stuff. Like, Kirby eating things is like fine. like Kirby can inhale those cute little dog type creatures. That's fine.
You were commenting that like, look how they cut away. They can't actually show that he's ate them.
Yeah, they have like a panel where the little dog creatures are sucked towards the screen, and then they have like another panel where you just like see Kirby from a distance having already consumed them, and you're like, I see what you're doing. You can't actually show Kirby inhaling those. It makes it too real that he's actually just eating these creatures.
Paperbox House asked, last question, did you draw your thumbnails in Storyboard Pro or in Photoshop?
I do them in Storyboard Pro now, but I used to do them in Procreate. And sometimes I still do. Sometimes I still do them on paper too. Like I have a thing where I get kind of restless when I'm doing stuff and feel like I need to go to places where I'm not distracted or places where I'm comfortable. And because of that, I end up moving around a lot. So sometimes I feel like doing them in Storyboard Pro directly. And sometimes I feel like getting up and going away and sitting on the sofa and doing thumbnails in Procreate. And sometimes there's just a part of me where I'm like, I want to just sketch these on paper because I'll noodle less because I can't undo anything. And so in those instances, I have some sketch pads that I will use. And then I'll take photos of those. Your Bruce and Sean storyboard was thumbnailed in Procreate. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I think it's really good for thumbnailing. Like, I enjoy it because it gives me like the flexibility of adding tone and stuff, like I sometimes do in Photoshop. But it also feels like you're kind of sketching in a pad instead, which is nice. Yeah, you think you've just shown that to me? Yeah. That's awesome. Procreate's great for that. I wish I could just stay in thumbnails forever. It's the most fun part of the process. Just let me thumbnail and never clean. I don't want to work up my perspectives. I just want a thumbnail forever. Hand kind of looks like
shit, Sherlock, you gotta work them out.
No! There we go. It kind of looks like it was coming out of their mouth or something. Like I kind of need to make this feel more like it's an arm. More like it's an arm. Only thumbnails, never clean. Let me sketch forever, no more inks. Can you disable the undo history to stop you noodling? I don't know how to on Procreate. You might be able to. But there's like a tactile feel as well to boarding on paper. There's like a mental and physical thing that is kind of irreplaceable. If you draw on paper, you'll know. There's a special magic.
Magic.
Yeah. Answer says, I think you can limit undos in Procreate, but I'm not sure. I do love how it feels to sketch in, though. I should check that out and look that up. I generally like having undos available, like when I'm working in a program. Because it's like, why not use all the tools they give you? But sometimes I also like just getting a mechanical pencil and going ham on a piece of paper.
Nick Bundo, thank you. Getting there. It's the last like all polished stuff for me now.
All those little things. Yeah, Ayanoki says, big agree on ink on paper. I switched from digital to ink. After enough time, I got over the undo need and just let myself commit. Yeah, ink on paper is superior to everything ever. I'm sorry. That's just true. I'm sorry for my strong opinion, but it's true. It doesn't mean I'm particularly good at it, though. I wish I was. I look at artists like Mattis Bagara and I drool over their ink work, and I wish that I was as good as that.
Mattias says that he, like, when he makes a mistake, he just, like, works with it rather than against it.
Yeah, exactly. He's
like, oh shit, I've spilled ink here. Okay, well, that's going to be an explosion now.
Yeah, there's a boldness to his work, and his attitude of doing it comes through. A confidence. I would love to do Girl in the Glim in traditional inks, but it is much faster and more forgiving for me to do it digitally.
I think you wanted to do book 2 in that, but then when you had to sandwich the two together, and for speed and stuff for this one, you were like, I'll use the same brush.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was gonna jump to inks on book 2, but the thing I was gonna do in book 2 is now kind of sandwiched into this book. And to make the two halves sit together in a way where it felt like it was,
Hey, Clyde.
it was consistent, I wanted to use digital to make sure the two sat together nicely. Clyde! Thank you so much for the raid!
I missed.
Oh my gosh, it's Clyde. Actually, I'd be interested to ask Clyde about his storyboarding process. Doig spin!
You got me.
Hey Clyde!
Welcome everyone.
Welcome!
How you all doing?
Hello! Thank you so much for the raid! Thank you
so much. Woo, 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 woo.
How are you? How's it going? How's the Bitey of Brackenwood film coming along?
Oh yeah, how's it going?
Storm killed Stream for the second time. Oh no
Oh
way!
no.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Stupid Storm. Tell me where it is. I'll go and kick its ass.
We're going to kick its ass.
I'll kick its ass for you.
Kick its ass for you. Come on, let's go.
I'll get it.
Let's go.
Where are you, Storm?
I don't know what this.
I'll teach you.
I don't know what's happening here.
We were just talking about what is happening there.
I don't know.
He got so antsy about wanting to kick the Storm's butt that his legs are going of their own accord.
They're all going. Let's go over here.
We were just chatting about storyboarding. Clyde, I'd be interested in your process because you've storyboarded your entire film, right? What do you use to storyboard? What's your favorite program to use?
This is Girl in the Glim, the comic that Indy and I are working on. It's our comic.
It's our comic.
And it's almost done. So almost done. I'm doing the final pass of colors. So Indy is working on a trailer to help promote the book.
Would like to do an animated trailer if possible. So I'm storyboarding it.
I'd use this Storyboard Pro.
You use Storyboard Pro? And what do you like thumbnailing in? Do you thumbnail in Storyboard Pro too? Or do you thumbnail on paper or a different program and then bring those in? Aw, Polterpup says, hello, I just finished your Sonic Brooklyn Nine-Nine video and it was incredible. Aw, thanks. I'm glad that you liked it. I'm looking forward to doing another one. At some point in the future, but not right now. It's gonna be fun. It's interesting. I don't think I'm gonna be able to please everybody. Because we have a lot of comments of people saying, this character would be so good as this character. But a lot of them are different characters to other commenters. So no matter what we choose to do with certain characters, we're going to disappoint people.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Like, some people want Silver Pimento. Some people want Charles Pimento. Sorry, some people want Charles Silver. Some people want Tails Boyle. No, Tails Charles. Oh my gosh, these names. Forget it. It's too complicated to talk about. I can't keep all the names in my head.
You could always do one clip for one and one clip for another, and people will be like, oh, no!
No, there needs to be a canon established. You're going to try Blender for your next board. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You see this little gap here?
Yeah?
Here.
No. That is her her strap.
Oh, this gap here.
That's not a gap.
What is it then?
Wait. Hold on. Can you zoom out a little bit? It's kind of difficult for me to see the context. And now go up so I can see Midge's position in the previous panel. Okay. Go down. Yeah, so she's holding her strap there. Keep going. You're in the way with your little bear head, so I can't see. Thanks. Yeah, that's going to be her. You're right. Right, you are. You are correct, sir. Clyde says, yeah, all my Bob's thumbs are in Storyboard Pro. Oh, cool. Interesting. But yeah, I'm very excited to learn. I want to learn to do boarding in Blender. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think on their roadmap, they're going to kind of focus on doing tools specifically for boarding, which is exciting. All of your Bob's thumbs are Storyboard Pro. That's super cool.
That's super cool. Are you excited for the movie? I'm excited for the movie.
Show Clyde your boards.
No, everybody's seen them now. Some people have seen them like 2 or 3 times now, so I feel weird showing them again.
Where's Clyde?
I know.
Where's Clyde?
I know.
We'll just drag through a little bit.
All right, fine. I'm just gonna finish what I was doing on this. I'll never get them finished at this rate, Doig.
I'm sorry, but like, what is the purpose of the boards?
All right. Smart pants. Okay. Yeah, so I'm in the process of cleaning them. And not everything's proofed up yet, but I've got the like rough timing and rough events down. Sans anything that I want to change. And this is how it's looking so far. Let me pop on the camera mask. Make sure it's kind of central. Are we good to go, Doig?
Yep. Let it play through again because it was a little stuttery.
You sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure the stutteriness wasn't just my boards?
No.
Okay. There you are. Yeah, so you can see that a lot of these are still thumbs. So these are my initial thumbs. And I've just pretty much dragged them straight into the timeline. So I'm going through and clarifying stuff and making them actually work. Rather than having tiny drawings that I did be the whole storyboard. So that's what I'm currently doing.
Gosh, you really are just the whole package.
What?
You really are just the whole package.
What does that mean?
It means like usually a comic artist would have to like reach out to an animation company to be like, I'm making a comic, and can you help me make a trailer for it? But you just like, I'm just going to do that.
Oh, I don't know if that's true. I actually think that a lot of visual artists have multi-skills that go across several different disciplines like this. Like, I think a lot of artists tend to be also like, for example, if you're a comic artist, you might be a good animator or a good storyboarder, a good musician even. Like, lots of creative things I find tend to tie together. But I think the reason a lot of people outsource is just time. Because making things takes so much time that even if you could do something yourself, you might not have the time to invest into that.
Nah.
All right. Well, that's my take on it anyway. You don't believe me? You don't believe me?
At some point, you have to like recognize that you're pretty special.
I don't know. I mean, look at you, for example. You're really good at colouring. You're also really good at painting and drawing. You also play the piano. You can also make comics yourself. You've even tried animation, and it was pretty awesome. You can composite.
I feel like you don't realize how cool I am.
I realize exactly how cool you are, sir.
Sorry.
You're very cool.
I needed to. Oh, I just needed to flip the dynamic there.
Every like, so many people in chat are like so uber skilled at what they do in their disciplines too.
Yeah. People are multifaceted. I just mean, like, at some point you have to stop and be like, yeah, I can do that stuff.
I can try, is what I can do. I can do my best.
I'm really sorry that my ego. Wait, I have a thing for this. I have a thing for this. There we go. There we go.
Nice. Big Head Doig. The return.
The return of Big Head Doig.
What air balloon Doig? Careful, he might float off into the stratosphere. Just ego is in her legs. It's true. That's where it all goes. You know when like just ego, it goes straight to your thighs. That's all I'll say about it. Big head Doig, a big smart Doig. Yeah. You are.
I used the GIF of what's his name from Taken, Liam Neeson. Of just like, I've developed a set of particular skills over a long career. I don't know what it was in context to, but it was a perfect reaction.
Uh-oh, the alarm's going. Oh, quiet alarm. That's gotta be the phone.
Gotta be the phone one. Yeah, you do gotta... Sam Nielsen. Oh, imagine if you splice the plots of Jurassic Park with Taken, where it's the Sam Nielsen character takes on like the personality and skills of the Liam Neeson character, and it's like the dinosaurs have kidnapped my like adopted children. He's like on the phone with them, and it just cuts to you, and it's just got like a velociraptor with a phone up to its ear. Is that funny, or is that just me?
It's redonkulous, is what it is.
Oh, I went a different angle. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you've done with my dinosaur.
But I will find you.
He would care about the dinosaurs more. You're right. You're right.
Easy breezy, clever girl. My dino daughter. I like that there would be a prefix of dino before any actual name.
Life will find a way, and so will I.
I'll spare no expense. Okay, I need this slightly dark background because I need to add like a flare here. So it was important. We go.
I'm not teared up yet. I just I am enjoying the concept a little bit too much.
Bum bum.
I mean, isn't there a bit in the film where like Liam Neeson electrocutes a dude with stuff, and you could just cut to the kid like on the on the fence?
Oh my gosh! What?
Give me back my dinosaur. Oh my gosh! It'd be like On Back, but instead of an elephant, dinosaur. Give Sam his dinosaur back.
Give Sam his dinosaur back. Give Sam his dinosaur back, yeah. Give him his dinosaur back.
Yeah. Thanks, India.
You're welcome. I thought you needed a little theme song for it.
I did.
Thought the idea warranted a theme song. Let's do a cool thing. Why the fuck not?
Why indeed, India? Why indeed?
Why not?
Why not?
Give me a reason not to do a cool thing.
Give you
There
a
isn't
reason.
one.
What cool thing are you doing?
This.
What? Oh, Bob.
Oh, Bob.
Oh. Is it a impact frame?
Mm-hmm.
You did an impact frame.
No. Kind
Why?
of.
Why?
A little.
It's an impact frame.
Not a proper one.
Not
Not
a
one that would
proper-
make. Not one that would make Patrick proud.
Is it an unpunked frame?
It's a little.
Punk
It's
frame.
a little one.
Just a little.
Just
impact.
tiny little impact.
Just a tiny little impact frame.
Yeah, less of an impact, more of like.
A thud.
Yeah, a little thud.
Thud frame.
Thud frame.
Why can't you do a full impact frame?
Time. Effort.
Well, it's just the boards, right?
It is just a board.
So would it be a full impact frame in the animation?
Maybe. The thing is, one of the reasons I don't want to do a full impact frame straight off the bat is it might not work and I might have to delete it. So I'd kind of like to check if it works first before I go all in on deciding it should be an impact frame.
Okay.
So that is what I will do. That is what I will do! I saw a vid where they replaced the dinos in Jurassic Park all with cats. I saw that too! That was great. I enjoyed. Give me back my dinosaur. That would be a great musical song, wouldn't it, actually?
Give me back my dinosaur.
Don't make me scream, don't make me roar. Give me back my dinosaur.
It's been 65 million years since I saw him. I'm in tears.
My favorite friend is prehistoric. Where is he? That's not rhetoric. Was it a stretch to rhyme? No. Don't know what you mean.
Give me back my dinosaur.
It'd be great to do like a kid's book where it's like hide and seek with T-Rex Thomas. And it's just like, where is T-Rex Thomas now in the room? Can you find him, Timmy? And it's like a page of just like like cupboards and blanket forts and stuff, and then there's like a really obvious T-Rex under a bed because the bed's just like pushed up to the ceiling with a dinosaur underneath it. And like every single puzzle is like that, where the dinosaur just can't hide properly because it's too big.
Can the dinosaur be called Derek?
Derek the dinosaur, yeah. Derek is a nondescript dinosaur. It's got a little bit from every different species of dinosaur in there.
Okay.
It's been genetically engineered to be the best hider. And yet...
That's my dad's name.
Timmy's leg is poking out of his mouth. Now, where did Timmy go? Maybe now Timmy's playing hide and seek. Can you find Timmy, children?
Oh, that should just be a whole genre of book. It's the children's parody book for adults. That should just be a whole genre. To be honest, I feel like Have You Seen My Hat is in there.
Yeah, Have You Seen My Hat is great. Have you guys read Have You Seen My Hat? I bought it for my friend Becky because I was like, Becky will like this book. It's real good. There's real drama in there. Have you seen my hat?
Have you seen my hat?
You haven't read it? Oh, you need to read it. You'd know if you'd read it. You'd remember. Everybody's homework is to read Have You Seen My Hat? It will take you about 5 minutes to read, but it will make you laugh for a long time.
Dan, is it the Kirby car? Is that your new emote?
Oh no! Oh no! Is it I Want My Hat Back? That might be it. We might have got the name slightly wrong.
No, is that not the sequel?
That might be the sequel, yeah. That might be the sequel. I think it did pretty well, unsurprisingly. So the author probably made another one.
The internet is really taken to Kirby.
Kirby is a nightmare. That's why. Kirby is a nightmare. We all gasped when it happened. We all gasped. Everybody's hands went to their mouths, and we all gasped. You've never heard of Kirby? What is it? So in the Nintendo Direct yesterday, where they were announcing a bunch of new games, they had some more details on Kirby's new game, which is where Kirby's like basically running around a little dystopian future where there are cars and lampposts around. And it was showing some of his new powers. And one of them is Kirby's ability to stretch himself over the top of objects that seem far too big for him to be able to stretch himself over the top of, and then kind of pilot them. And the visual of Kirby stretching himself over the top of a car is something that will never leave me.
I like that it's called mouthful mode. There's just so much innuendo-esque stuff that's just on the periphery of the concept.
I hadn't even thought of that. I can't believe you ruined Kirby for me.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure Shutro compared the cone version of it to a butt plug.
I'm sure Shooch did. That sounds like a very Shooch thing to make a comparison of. I, however, did not. I was just enjoying the wholesome times. Dan, this is wonderful. I can't believe you already have a Kirby emote. That's incredible.
It's very cool.
You win. The internet is your oyster. That's so good. You heard of this book, says Little Puffling. The story of the little mole who knew it was none of his business. No, I haven't heard of that book. It sounds like the kind of book I need.
Ben wrote another horror story. It says India woke up. All she could see was pink.
No. No. Do not want. Nope.
Reminds me of that story of like the woman who owned a python, and she woke up and it was like, my python is acting strangely. I woke up one time and I found it in the bed with me.
Oh.
But it was lying straight.
Because it was measuring itself, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember this.
And she like takes it to the vet, and the vet was like, I really feel strongly that you should like give this snake to like an animal, like a zoo or something. You need to not own this snake anymore.
You need to not own this snake. Ma'am, you need to not own this snake anymore.
And she's like, why? What's wrong? And as you said, it's like they're trying to see whether they're big enough to eat you.
Is it time yet? Have I waited long enough? I want to hear that Snake's villain song. Is it time now? Have I waited long enough? Am I long enough to consume my owner? I'll just lie here and measure myself and see if I can consume her. And all the little things in the room would come to life and be like, he's been waiting for so many years, so now would be the day. And there'd be like silhouettes on the wall and everything. And they'd be like, finally the day has come that he will have his way.
I think the song would be called Growing Ambition.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Like, ambition, it grows every day. My ambition. I'm gonna eat her today.
Nice.
We
Be
should
prepared. That's it. Ever since I was just a little snakeling. You know what? That would be an amazing channel. I would love it if a really good musician were to do a channel where they just take stories, like actual stories from like Reddit or everyday stuff, and they compose villain songs using them based on the characters in the stories. That'd be so rad.
like just villain or village
origin
stories.
Where did your village come from?
Well, it tends to be around a water source, right?
The lady is like, my snake would never do that, and then the camera zooms over to the snake, which is holding a salt shaker in its tail over her head. Yes, that would be so good. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'd love that. Yes, please. You be the snake. I want the snake villain documentary.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's so good. The villain songs from the Am I the Asshole subreddit. That'd be awesome. And then I destroyed her Animal Crossing village.
When I was a little snakeling, she held me in her hands. But now that I am bigger, I'm going to hold her in my jaws.
I don't know why I expected it to rhyme. I should have known.
Why would it rhyme? Snakes don't rhyme.
Yeah, snakes don't rhyme.
It's
That's
a famous,
just part of what
it's a
makes them
famous
villainous.
fact. Yeah. The snake's just like, I can look past her flaws, or she'll be in my jaws.
Yeah, I don't know if this works, so maybe it was a good thing that I didn't proof it up too much. You win some, you lose some.
Cats don't dance, snakes don't rhyme.
Snakes don't rhyme. Catstone Dance is a great movie, though.
It really is. If you are unfamiliar with Catstone Dance, the villain in that is great.
Yeah, and I love Max.
Mm-hmm.
Max is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Dimple.
Man, animation is so cool.
Yay! Right?
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 Animation is so cool. The animation is so fun. It's great. Great time. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba.
Question.
Yeah.
Why can't American dubbing of Japanese anime ever capture the gravitas of the moments? Like, there's just something so lost a lot of the time.
I just think that they don't get very good voice actors to do it.
You reckon?
Some voice actors are really good.
Some of them are really good.
Some are really good, and they're the ones who tend to become well known and beloved by fans. But there are definitely some not great anime voice actors out there. And I think, like, especially when anime was first coming over, there was a predisposition to not get very great professionals to do it.
I feel like the delivery has remained similar, though. Like, I haven't watched a lot of dubs in recent years because of this. Because I'm just like, no, it doesn't work. Except
have you been watching dubs for recent anime?
Not really. Like, the dub that I watch would be Cowboy Bebop. I think that's done really well.
I know what you mean, though. There are like dub-isms, if that's like a way to put it, where it's things that you kind of see recurring in dubs, where it's just like odd deliveries of things.
Yeah, but it's just I think there's something inherent in the delivery of like Japanese, the language, that just like fits the moment more. Like, you can have someone be like, I will be the most powerful, and you're like, all right, but then you have someone's like, Shiguro Miyamoto, and you're just like, yes, I believe them.
I love that you just said like the president of Nintendo's name as your stand-in.
I didn't want to not say something accurate.
I do think, though, that like in Japan they have more respect for the art form than they do in America. In America, they tend to just see it as cartoons still. And so some people still think like there's no point in getting good voice actors to do this stuff.
Yeah, maybe. There's just something like...
You get the same thing with video games.
Oh.
Like when video games first started out, no one took them seriously, so no one like would employ proper voice actors to do it. So the voice acting you get in games is like, no, don't go.
Yeah, that's
but
probably
nowadays,
a budget thing.
They know that it's a huge deal, so they put some of the budget into getting really good voice actors because they're taking it more seriously because they're seeing how much money it can make.
Could be that, yeah. Have you ever seen? There's a basketball game where they got the actual voices of the players, and it's so fucking funny.
Yes, I saw a clip of that, and one of them's like actually pretty good.
But he's
acting against people who aren't.
He can't play off against anyone.
But he's like, oh man, I really want to do well in this game. And the other guy's like, don't worry about it, dog. Why don't you we'll do our best. And he's like, no, I can't do that. Don't you understand? And the other guy's like, why are you getting so worked up? Oh, I understand now. And it's like, what? What? How did this happen? It's pretty cool though. Like, even if they're not great voice actors, I do think it must have been pretty fun for them to like be part of a video game, unless they just didn't care. But it's pretty cool they got the actual actual guys to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Little Puffling says, I hate the way some adults voice children. Yes, right? Me too. There's some weird vocal tics that make me so uncomfortable. Yeah, I really hate it. I really hate it when there's like meant to be an adorable kid and it's just like you can just tell it's an adult doing a kid voice. And it's just like, no. The way kids are written too sometimes is like equally cringeworthy. There are some really good kid actors now. Like, I don't know if everyone here has seen Arcane, but Doig was telling me that the voice actor for Powder was like a kid when she did it. And oh my gosh, she is so freaking good. Her delivery is incredible.
Yeah. So they put a tweet out and they were like, here's me on the first day of doing voice for Arcane, and here's me on my like last recording session.
And she's like the same age as the character is, right?
Like basically because they took the length of time that they took, she went from a kid to an adult, like a 15, 16-year-old.
Yeah, because it was a 6-year production, so she started off. Yeah. And she voices Powder when she's an adult too.
Yeah.
She's so good. This doesn't quite have the softness I'm looking for because of this like big jump that happens here with the motion. I don't know how I could pad that out more without just adding a bunch more panels. Do I need to? Probably not, but I could probably just give the direction that I want this to feel like soft and slow. Like how much information is too much information and how much information is just you being good and showing your artist how you would like it to be done.
Because it says hot take, I don't like the voice acting for English dub Ash Ketchum, or at least what it sounded like a while back. Do you mean
English dub Ash Ketchum?
Do you mean the like, come on Pikachu?
Come on Pikachu!
That's it. There you go. Wow. What the fuck?
You look so shocked.
Again.
No, I'll never do it again. So I'm just going to rest in my victory and never reproduce it.
Look at everyone.
Look at everyone. I'll never be able to do it again, so I'm never going to try. That was it. That was it. That's my one thing I've done right in my life. I'm just going to take it and live on the success forever.
Can we make a Pokemon thing?
No, because that was the one time I could do it. I can guarantee I won't be able to do it again. It was a magic moment.
Come on, Pikachu. That was so good.
Thank you.
Can you do Pikachu as well?
Pika, Pika! No. But I tried.
Baha tried.
I tried. We could get someone else to do Pikachu. My Pikachu sounds like there's something very wrong with it. Unfortunately.
Swift, you're the original voice actress for Ash?
I didn't know either.
Wait, that was your first time trying to do Ash Ketchum?
Yeah. Yeah, the first and only time. Now, it was just a perfect alignment of stars. The voice actor god smiled down upon me and lent me their power.
I mean, did you hear how good it was?
Yeah, I was also shocked. But I wanted to play it off as cool, you know. But I'm not good enough to play it off as cool, so.
Well, your straight man over here immediately was just like, what the fuck? You actually got it.
It's okay, we've got the clip. We can just use that forever. I'm going to practice in my private downtime when no one can see in a dark room by myself. Just until I can master it, and then I'll come and surprise you all again and do it again.
I don't have a meeting today, no. So we have to wrap up soon, but I'm not late for one.
Yeah, we have to wrap up soon just because we have to get on with other things, but Indie Ash Squetchum. That's me! How did you know? So how about in chat? Let's hear you guys in chat. Can anyone in chat do a good impression of a character from something?
What do you want them to do? Say yes and then write out.
Yeah, I want you just to be honest.
Write it
because I
out.
think it'd be cool. I'm not expecting to hear them, obviously.
I do a good golem.
Well, you can actually show people, so you should. I don't think you do, but go on. Go on. Just being honest.
How dare you say I don't think you do, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, you let the people decide.
We likes it raw and wriggling.
No, come on.
No, I won't.
I've heard you actually do it. Don't blame me. Come on, you can do it.
You just said I can't do a good one, so.
Well, prove me wrong.
No.
All right, fine. Roll over and submit.
Fine.
I'm sure people will be able to find it in past VODs.
I'm rolling over.
Don't roll over, Doig. Fight. Fight the power.
Your boards are so good.
You can say mean things to me, Doig. It's okay.
I can't believe you haven't drawn the Glim's arm yet.
I know.
Hurry up, stop. It's because you took all that time showing people your boards, my gosh.
Oh. Oh. You should show them your golem impression.
No.
Yeah, go on, you almost did it.
I almost did it.
Come on.
No.
Come on, be a good sport.
I'm a good sport.
Go on then.
I can play. I got medals for playing football.
That's not what I meant. Yeah, I feel bad now. I didn't think he would take me super seriously. I'm sad. Okay, well in that case, people in chat, what are your favourite impressions to do? So you will always have Irish Batman, you know what?
Scottish Batman.
It's Scottish Batman. But you know what? That's true. That's one of my favourites. Gonna no do that, you wee joke.
It's not Dinny, it's Gunny.
Gonna no do that. Gonna
Do
no
that.
dare that. That's one of my favourites. I can't do it, but Doig
Dinny
can do
no
it.
do that.
Gonna no dare that. He's shaking his head at me.
Gunny no day that is from Chewing the Fat from way back. So I completely stole that one.
Meatwad. Onster, do you do a Meatwad impression? Onster, tell me you do. Tell me it's true. Ben says I got a little list of impressions I can do. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty rad. Ula says you're doing keys now. I just want to check that the movement would work and has time to work, Ula, that's all. Like, I'm just using the same drawing but skewing it a little bit. I just want to check that there would be time for this movement to play out. And to do that, I need to put a few extra panels in.
She's doing keys.
I'm not doing keys. I'm just doing a few extra panels to check if this would work. That's all. Just a few little extra panels just to check. Just a sanity check. Because the last thing I would want to do is to give this to an animator and there to not be enough time.
Roly poly. Idde.
I almost did.
Kan idag dejta jag wee joker.
That was great. I actually thought that was really good.
That wasn't very good. That's why I laughed and made fun of her
I thought
at
it
the
was
time.
good. I thought it was good. Maybe it's just because I also can't do it well. So to me, it sounds good. Even though it might not be.
Kurzik has since done like way better versions of it. I thought it was good, so I made fun of her. Thanks, Mike. No, I did. Never mind.
Wanna be with you anywhere.
Martinez put vote things.
Vote things.
Vote for the raid.
Vote for the things.
Vote for the raid that
Vote
you
for
want to
the
see.
thing. Okay. It kind of works. I think we have time for it. Yay, everybody. Yeah. We have time to show the Glim thing that it's doing. Oh, woo, the thing that it's doing. Oh, woo. Yeah. We got time. We got panels. We got frames to show the thing that it's doing. Whoa, the thing that it's doing. Whee! Cool. I just need to do the background now.
We learned that like YouTube prompted us to relearn that we have a thing where it has copyright checking for our own material, and it's like we found your material in someone else's video, and so it took us to someone reacting to the Brooklyn Nine-Nine Sonic video, but they were I think they were speaking Spanish, and neither of them knew what Brooklyn Nine-Nine was.
Yeah.
But they knew what Sonic was because they were looking at a whole bunch of Sonic stuff.
Well, they were a Sonic channel, right?
Yeah, they were like the real Sonic fan. I
We were
think.
so excited that someone was reacting to it, and then we watched our reaction. They were like, "I don't know what this is."
This was just like I don't get it.
Oh, oh no. Oh well. Hopefully, some of the people in their chat knew. One day, someone will react to it who knows what's happening in it. That'll be a good day.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a comedy show about a police precinct
Yeah.
in Brooklyn.
You don't know what a Brooklyn Nine-Nine is? Yeah, it's a show. It's funny. It's just a comedy with a lot of dysfunctional people all making messes of situations. A good time. But the cast really easily transplants onto the Sonic the Hedgehog cast in a very natural feeling way. Nero Wolfie says, wait, Brooklyn is real? Yeah, wait, what? Did you not know it was a real show? Because it is.
What?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a new Sonic game. I wish. That'd be great.
I don't understand where I don't. What? Do you mean the place? The actual place?
The
'Cause
actual
yes,
place
Brooklyn
is also a
exists.
real The actual place also exists. Brooklyn isn't Mobius. The place! Yeah, the place exists. Brooklyn is a place. Brooklyn is a place. It's a city you can go to. It's a very known place. I'm surprised you did not know it was a place, but it is indeed a place that you can go to. The US isn't a real place. Well, that's true. The US doesn't really exist. We all know this. Everybody knows that the map is just faked and the US doesn't really exist. Yeah, Ayanoki says, I'm in the US right now and I can still confirm it doesn't exist. Yeah, you see. There are eyewitnesses who live in the US who can confirm it doesn't exist, so.
But there's that whole song.
What? The one where it's like, ba ba da ba ba da ba, the US doesn't exist.
No. The no stops till Brooklyn.
No! Sleep! Till Brooklyn!
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Brooklyn is a place in your heart.
Maybe it's where they put the Insomniac.
Maybe it's a state of mind. Maybe it's a time, it's a place, it's a notion. Brooklyn's the way we are feeling.
Deep.
New York state of mind. Ben says, I'm trying to work on my Saturday and Robotnik and Snively impression now. Awesome. Robotnik will be a hard one to do. His voice is so gravelly and deep.
Isn't he the same voice actor as Pete in the Sonic SatAM one?
Yeah, I think so. I think someone said that and it blew my mind when I heard it. I remember being mind blown about it.
Was it me?
No, I don't think it was you. I think it was someone in chat. Ooh, you've been presented with good carby tweets. Do feel free to share. We take the pressure and we throw away. Conventionality belongs to yesterday. What are my thoughts on Sonic Boom? I think it's fun. It's not my ideal Sonic series, but I thought it was fun.
How much of it have you watched?
Well, the writing was real fun and good. How much of it have I watched? I've watched episodes here and there from it. But
I've not watched any of it.
As an animator, I get easily put off by the lackluster visuals. Put me off a little bit. Like the lack of finesse in the animation is a little bit hard for me to watch. Because I'm shallow like that. The writing's very good and fun though, but it's just not my taste in series, I don't think. Like, I get very easily bored by a series like that. I think for Sonic the Hedgehog, I really want an action comedy series. I want there to be more action.
I would love to see you do, like, boards for a Sonic thing that you would want to see.
Oh, I would like to do that too. I have plans to do that, but I need to finish off a bunch of other stuff I also need to do first, like the Glim trailer. You know, which is kind of time sensitive.
I think the big appeal of what you did with the Brooklyn Nine-Nine one was just kind of seeing the Sonic characters have
more personality?
Yeah, more of a depth to them.
Yeah, and that's something I really like and appreciate about Sonic Boom as well. Is the characters are very fun. Like, I really enjoy the dynamic between Sonic and the gang and Robotnik in that show. It's just very funny. It's like he's the villain, but also they all know he's completely incompetent. So they kind of frequently team up or have to help him out of his own predicaments. Which is very funny to watch. Because the voice actor is great for Robotnik. Robotnik and Sonic both do a great job in that series. Yeah, Onsta says, I feel that. Also, I can only take so much Dumb Knuckles. Though he is good, just not my Knuckles. Yeah, it's true. It's like, I like the Sonic show and I appreciate it. But it's not the Sonic show that I would be really excited about. I don't think. I think that would be something just a little different. A little more faithful to the original concept, maybe.
Oh, CJTV, that'd be really cool. They said I will give some comics of you to the elementary school where my girlfriend is working.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Eager to see their reaction to the comics. That would be cool.
That would be super cool. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'd love that. I hope also, like, if you do that, I'd love to hear whether the kids like it or not. Okay, I need to stack some boxes over here. Stacking up some boxes. Putting over here. Stacking up some boxes, yeah. Make them disappear. Don't laugh at me.
Right.
Don't laugh at me. Make me feel a fool. Are you going to be able to do some Deltarune this weekend, do you think, Doig?
feel like we only have a couple hours left on.
Yeah, I feel so too. I feel like we're kind of at the end. Okay. So let me 40% this. I might actually need to 20% it. 20%. There we go. And then we'll paste this all the way through. Paste layer special. Do that. For effect. And then I need to reduce the opacity of B to 0 all the way through too. I'll paste this all the way through. Oh. There we go. And then I need to have that background I just did fade out with the rest of the stuff here.
You already bought and pre-ordered 5 copies for the school, so hurry up and give them to you.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you so much. Well, it's out in June, so only a couple more months to wait. Do you want to know how close you are to the end of chapter 2? Yeah, you can tell us like an estimate of time, so long as there's no spoilers in there. But bear in mind that we will be going through and talking to every single character probably at length. So I don't know if that will affect estimates. So yeah, there we go. Okay, it kind of fits. And then the only other thing which I would consider doing here is I kind of want to do an indication that the glim is glowing. Because I don't want that to be forgotten. Basically, every scene that the glim is in, it's gonna need to glow. And it's gonna need to cast light on things. So it's an important bit of visual information for us to remember when putting this together. I'm just going to go through and auto matte and then make sure it's in the right order in the layer stack. Because at the minute it's underneath some things. So when I add the auto matte to it, I need to drag it above the background.
I probably would have played through the end of that chapter that day, but at the point that we just made it out of the dark world, our flatmate came into the room and we didn't want to disturb them.
Yeah, and also Doig and I get like embarrassed about doing all the voices in front of our flatmate.
A little bit of that as well.
Yeah, because he's like very much someone who would make fun of you for doing the voices. So Doig and I always get all sheepish. But it's good too, because it means we don't disturb him when he's working.
Embarrassed in front of your flatmate, but not in front of the hundreds of people online. Yeah, but you choose to be
you
there
guys,
to watch it.
You expect this of us. You know? You know how silly we get. I don't think our flatmate ever actually watches our streams.
No. Just the clips that we put on Twitter.
Yeah, like our flatmate doesn't really get Let's Plays or why you would do one or watch one. So I don't think he'd be very interested. There we go.
Is Doig in the comic somewhere? You mean the bear thing? No.
Nah. I've tried to keep outside references out of the comic. Just so that the world feels like it has like an integrity to it. I want it to kind of be its own thing, you know?
There is a midge and a glim in the Mystic Crystal video though.
It is. Yeah, that was Habbo's little Easter egg that he popped in there. She's super cute. But that's very much like a comedy world anyway, so that's fine. They're in there if you can spot them. going through and adding a little glow.
Our flatmate's fun. They just have.
Oh yeah, our flatmate's awesome.
Particular kind of fun.
Yeah, they like their kind of fun. Like, I think they're just very not into like role play or anything.
Well, they say they're not, but they have been playing a month campaign with their friends.
Yeah, I think they will get into it. I think they're just like not used to it. So like from the outside perspective, they think it's lame. But I think if they got into it, they would really enjoy it. Because they've been playing like a Star Trek campaign. That's like a comedy based one, and they sound like they've been really enjoying it. So I think they're just like not used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're very cool and nice. But we get sheepish.
But they're a comic artist and have previously worked on things for Marvel, DC, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they're very good. Like, I have a big old following. I can just paste this one over and over, and it's basically the same, so no one's going to notice. There we go.
Who won the raid by the way?
Who won the raid?
Won the raid.
I don't know. Who did win the raid? You tell me.
For a good while before COVID, CJTV, our flatmate, could afford cleaners to come in and clean it.
Yeah.
That's really funny that you're like, so who cleans the flat?
Well, at the minute we all do. But yeah, before COVID, our flatmate had a regular thing going where we would have cleaners come around every 2 weeks. So we'd clean like up after ourselves just like we usually would. But then every 2 weeks, cleaners would come and do like a big hoover of the place and like a dust and a wipe down of everything, which was honestly like, awesome. It was awesome, honestly, because it's like normally that build up that you would have to stop and take a day out of your weekend to go and just like go around and give the place a once over. Like you could instead focus on work because that was taken care of. Yeah, such opulence. Is it a mess right now? It's untidy. It's like not dirty, but it's untidy for sure. Well, Doig and I aren't the most tidy people. So just like piles of books everywhere. It's so easy to put off that stuff when you have deadlines on, you know? So I can't lie, it was super nice to have people who would take care of it for us. But I don't think we'll ever have that again. Like, I think when Doig and I eventually get our own place, that will not be something that we spend money on again.
No.
But it was nice to have while it lasted.
At least not until after Girl in the Glim releases and sells mega millions.
Oh yeah, until Girl in the Glim is like multi-billion, bazillion dollar success, which we all know it absolutely will be, with no question whatsoever.
No question, no.
Ula says next week I'm dog watching 2 Japanese dogs. Gotta tidy up before they come. Oh, that's so cute. Alden still looks at the 5 rooms and cups in my room and sweats. Yeah, no, same. Like, I have my 1 tea mug next to me, which is awesome. But then looking over at Declan's desk, he has like 3 takeout coffee cups piled up. And then on the little table next to him, he has a further 6 takeout coffee mugs also piled up, stacked on one another.
India going for the kill.
Well, I mean, to call myself out as well, like around my desk I have like just a bunch of mail that I've opened that I haven't cleared away, a bunch of books, just stuff that I normally want within arm's reach but I haven't tidied away. Like, it's definitely an untidy desk, for sure. take out coffee mugs. 9 altogether. So, you know. It happens. Completely apart. Yeah, nothing to do with me. It just happens. They just appear. I don't know where they come from.
It just happens.
It just happens.
It just happens.
Yeah, no, nothing to do with me at all. Nothing to do with me drinking a bunch of coffee.
I'm not just erasing India's art from the background.
I can't believe
worry.
you're just erasing my artwork. Why do I even draw it?
I don't want to color these guys. Like, look how much simpler my life is now.
I'm sorry. In the future, I'll make sure that I do that before I give them to you.
Delete them.
Yeah.
No,
I'm assuming you're deleting so that you don't have to, like, you can actually color things properly.
No, what I'm going to do is just reduce the opacity on that so that it puts them more in the background, because you've not drawn face, like eyes and stuff on this guy, so I'm like...
He doesn't need eyes!
You don't need to be focusing on this guy.
Yeah,
so
no.
I literally just colored them the color of the background and lowered the opacity so that you can just be like...
Yeah, that's fine.
They're not there.
They're just meant to be like, oh, these people are still would be in the background, so there they are.
Yeah, so the difference between you're meant to be looking at these two characters and you're meant to be looking at these characters.
There we go. Now we have a tiny bit of lighting, the tiniest indication, and it's not great, but what this means is that when it comes to making the animation, I will remember that this shot needs lighting. That's the important thing. I'd be like, oh yeah, this one needs lighting. So I will do that. We should probably head off in a sec though, mind you.
Yeah, I need to go.
Mind you. Should probably head off. The storyboard's nearly done. It just needs a little bit of refinement.
Is this someone made the Jerry cheese as Kirby cheese?
Maybe it'll be done by next week.
God. And then you can start. Are you just gonna go straight into working on animating it?
I guess so. I guess I'll see who's up for helping out with it, and then I'll make a battle plan. I think I'll need to do things like get character sheets ready.
Ula says, India, I will animate this shot entirely differently anyway. No, you won't!
I mean, you are free to have your own...
No.
Doig, I'm the one directing this project. Yeah, I have to wrest control away from you. I trust Ula to make it super cool.
He's just kidding though, right? Right, Ula?
But yeah, we'll see.
He's just kidding when
See
he
who's
says that.
available, because I would love any help people are able to offer. But also completely understand if that's not something that people are up for, because I don't have anything to give people in return for it. So totally, utterly fair for people to not want to.
Ula says, sure, Doig, I'm kidding.
Sure, Doig, I'm kidding. Yeah, so long as the shots work, I'm not going to really bother if people change up the timing and stuff a little bit on them, so long as they work. The main thing is just going to be making sure the character sheets are nice and robust for people so that we can all stay on model this time. Like last time with the Doig Swift intro trailer, it was really nice to have a bunch of different styles in there. I thought that was one of the things that made it feel good. But for this trailer, I think I would want to deliberately try and make it all look cohesive style-wise.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure I do some legwork towards that. Anywho, you ready to head off, Ski?
Am I never?
You ready? You ready to raid somebody? Everybody, remember, come to the charity stream at Onster's place on Saturday. You're all invited to come and help us raise money for a good cause and have some fun.
We're going to be playing Fight-an games.
They're gonna be getting into big fights with one another, as you would expect.
So 3 p.m. EST, which is 8 p.m. for us?
Mhm.
Wait. And luckily, our flatmate is not here at the moment.
Yeah,
They're
flatmate's
visiting.
actually visiting family, so
We won't disturb anybody, and
We
we can be
can-
as loud as we want.
yeah, we can actually do evening streaming because there is no one to disturb. Crow mail. Let me just check. Can we pick up those last couple of crow mails, Doig?
India, I put my SAT AM Robotnik impression in the peg bar for you.
Thank you.
Please watch this 3-second clip of German dub Naruto. It's the worst of all the dubs. Lol.
Okay, we can do that. We can accommodate that for sure. Naruto!
Sasuke!
Oh, what joy. I liked that. That was great. Yes.
Oh. Yes.
Yes to that. Well, my mouse has stopped working properly, so this is actually the perfect time.
Also, yesterday I did a little bit of a rebrand for our YouTube channel, so I changed up the icons a little bit, so they now look like
what? You did what?
this. Yay! Unfortunately, I can't show you what the old ones look like because I replaced them!
They look good. I like them. Good job, Doig. I shake your hand.
This is, I put a little pause and a play button in here because that's what you can do in a VOD. You can pause us and then play us whenever you want.
And then if you want to see us play each other, then you can go to the other one.
This one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Isn't it super cool?
Yep, I think it's awesome. Oh, we're raiding Noir Punk. Awesome!
Yay, they're really cool and friendly.
I
and
popped in
awesome.
a little bit earlier and they had a very cool Miyazaki-esque apron on.
Shiguru Miyamoto.
That I was like, oh, yes.
Good.
I think they're even doing a little bit of a paint along today. So if you like Ghibli style art and you want to go and see someone paint beautiful landscapes and even take part yourself, then Noir Punk's the one for you.
That's super cool.
Go and have a great time. And yeah, we'll get on with work. I'ma eat my pad thai.
It's so close to 200,000.
Doig.
It's so close.
Doig, leave it alone.
I want to make a post about being getting
Lino,
over
leave it
200,000,
alone.
and then it slowed down so much that it's taken days. I've been waiting days
Doig,
now.
leave it alone. Doig. Doig, it's fine. It
200.
stopped. You know the
200.
thing about mountains is that when you reach the peak,
Mountain range.
it goes
One of
you go
mountain
back down
range.
again.
No, mountain range. We're making the Alps. The graph needs to be in Alps.
Time to go, Doig. Shh, time to go. Time to go to work. Here we go. Until next time.
I'm mad.
Until next time.
May the rest. Get off me. Get off me.
Of your day.
Be filled.
With
Bye bye.
adventure.
Take care, everyone. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye now.
Bye now. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye now.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye.
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 Leave. Go away. Shoo.
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 Get out.
Shoo, shoo.
We're done.
Go and see no. Shoo.
Oh yeah, I really need to hit end stream because yesterday I...
Shoo. It's not a story just for everyone's about to leave.
See you later, everyone. Goodbye, VOD Squad.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.